This is the Kpopcast, and in this episode, we'll talk about Truck Wars, sparked by ENHYPEN's spicy female dancers or dancing.
V and Jennie dating?
BTS's Jin being injected by a fan during his military service. Ooh.
And the debut of Boys Next Door.
Yeah, it was a fun conversation. We also give some hit replays. We talk about 르세라핌 and other stuff. My kids jump in here at the end.
I loved going deep on the technicalities of how to make choreo suggestive or not. That was a fun conversation having to do with ENHYPEN.
Oh, and we also talked about AI generated idols and how we're DAEBAK or not and those things.
Yeah, we're kind of divided on it. So stay tuned to see who is pro AI and who is against.
But one thing we are definitely not divided on is letting idols bang.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hashtag let idols bang.
Yeah. Okay. But before we get into those topics, don't forget to join the Kpopcast listener fam on Slack. Link to that space in the episode description. And now for our hit replays.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm your PD name, Michaela.
I'm DJ Peter Lowe, and hit replays are K-pop songs we think you should totally check out. So kick us off. PD Nim, what is your hit replay?
Guys, I'm starting us off with a banger from the hero named Villain himself. My hit replay this week is Villain's NUGU.
I love how you call the hero the villain.
Hero named villain.
Yeah,
that's his tagline. He's the hero named villain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see what he did there.
Very
Got
cheeky.
it. Yeah, the hero named villain from Sherman Oaks, and he grew up in Dubai and like a lot of other places in Seoul. But for those of the people who don't know Villain, aka Lee Da-eun, he originally worked as a producer. And before debuting in 2016 under Planetarium Entertainment, people might also know him, and he was part of the group PLT, which was this group that kind of formed from this crew that he was part of called Alpha Dict. And so a bunch of these
Wait, called what?
Yeah, Alpha Dict.
I was gonna
his crew's name.
Ask as well.
It was this collective of Korean like indie soloists, and they all came together to form PLT. And
Wait. Okay, sorry. No, but I'm sorry, Michaela, to interrupt you there, but I had to ask, like, what is Alpha Dict?
Who?
I think it's self-explanatory, Peter.
Okay, but it's spelled Alpha DICT.
Yes.
For the record.
Yes, for the record.
Right.
That's how it's spelled.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
For the listeners.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm sorry. I forget that this is an audio medium. We should make sure that people understand. But yeah, so he was part of this crew called Alpha Dict. He debuted under Planetarium, and back in 2022. There was this IG Live where he was talking about how his contracts were preventing him from releasing new music, and he had all of these songs kind of stored up. So we'd been waiting for like 5 or 6 years to get any new music from him. So he created his own label, and so he's now with this as the pre-release track of his full-length album, kicking off like the new phase of his solo career, which I'm so excited for.
Woo! I see that the name of his label here is $1 Billion Entertainment.
Yeah, $1 billion.
He's making the most of that name.
I mean, it's a good name. Like, he was the center in PLT for a reason.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember his voice being very distinct, and I was a fan of PLT. Just anything they dropped was R&B gold. And their vocals were off the hook. So glad to see Villain moving forward, experimenting, all of that.
Yeah, that's what he uses to describe his sound, like especially with this song NUGU. Like in his words, it's the best of both worlds, and like it has the silky R&B top line, but you get like the saucy, ratchet, like, sounds too.
Little hip hop flair. Yeah.
It's like it's a song you want to twerk to, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was the vibe I was feeling. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling several concurrent like vibes and feelings here. Like I'm reading the lyrics and how he's talking about like, you know, false prophets and like, you know, these logical inconsistencies of this person that he's talking about. But like at the same time, it's like eerie, creepy, degrading, but you know, twerkable.
Yeah,
those often go together. Yeah.
But like, you know, it's this like I'm torn between, not torn, but like I feel like I could either like twerk or like, you know, chill out and vibe at the same time. So it's yeah,
exactly. And that's a great description of especially this music video too, because the visuals of it, you see him just like running through this forest, looking like he's being chased by something, and then he's like just chilling in what looks like a cemetery with these like very ominous angel statues. So I'm really curious with these kind of visuals that we're seeing, what we're gonna get with the full length album.
Something I thought was really interesting about the song is just how low his vocals are against the music and the overall audio mix. Like
right, especially when they first come in, that contrast is a little unexpected, right?
Yeah, because you know if you re-listen to it, but like and that's what I'm telling our listeners. Hey, maybe give it a re-listen. Listen for this thing, but like he's recording himself, like you know, sort of like screaming, sort of like shouting very loudly. But that shouting is low and quiet against the music, so it's almost like fighting to be heard against the noise. I feel like symbolically,
that's deep.
Like he's trying to say something here.
It's from the bottom of the well.
Yeah. Right.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get a chance to ask him about it.
Oh yes, right. Because I was about to ask, like, aren't you gonna talk to Villain?
We'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed, guys. Put out some good vibes for us.
Okay.
Yes. Wish us luck.
Yeah.
But Peter, what is your hit replay for this week?
Well, you already know, Michaela. I was going between several different options, but I chose to go with the Yeehaw Cowboy Agenda Evil Origin Story.
Cowboy Agenda.
Love it.
Unforgiven by 르세라핌.
Isn't that a Clint Eastwood movie? Or who is it? It's like it's a Western movie.
I mean, that word's a very like Western vibe with like the anti-hero.
Yes, I was right. Clint Eastwood, 1992.
Yeah, I was just looking that up myself. Yeah, you're right. And if you listen to the song by 르세라핌, they play all the like I cannot make the sound in my mouth, obviously, but you know, like that all the your cliche Western like high noon. Yeah.
There you go, Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie.
I tried. I went for it.
Peter sounded like a turkey.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
This is what you tune in for, right? No, I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, so 르세라핌, if you didn't already know, they are a South Korean girl group formed by Source Music under the ICKY parent company. The group consists of 5 members: Sakura, Kim Chae-won. Oh my gosh, I need you guys to help me pronounce this correctly. Can you guys just say the names for me?
Yeonjin, Kazuha, and Hong Eun-chae.
There we go. What they said. So originally they were a 6-member group, but Kim Garam left the group in July of 2022. We talk about it a lot on the show, but I guess for bullying allegations, if that's correct.
Yeah, school bullying.
Right? Anyway, so they debuted on May of 2022, a full year ago, with the release of their song "Fearless,"
which was a hit.
Yes, it was. Also mired in controversy for maybe being a little too sexually charged for girls their age. But anyway, so this song, Unforgiven, it's a hit replay because I been watching a lot of groups cover this song. And I've been going to a lot of events where people are giving classes where they're, teaching the choreography for the song.
Mm-hmm.
And just listening to the progression of the song and looking at the choreography, like I gotta say, Source Music, like Hybe Entertainment, like they know what they're doing. Like, I just read off all the scandals and controversies with, what we've seen in the past, but it builds. Like it's a song that's catchy, like, from the guitar hook and loop in the beginning, it's a very catchy loop. But what really makes it a hit replay is the post-chorus, especially, and the choreography and the post-chorus. So you've got some really cool hip shaking and other cool movements. But when it comes to oh God, I don't want to sing it, but the lyrics that they say are "Come to that far away land with my unforgiven girls." That part of the song, they all start walking in a chorus line toward the front of the stage or toward the camera, holding hands, and then raising their hands up while twisting their hips, and then raising or lowering their hands down. So I don't know. It just felt like a really good climax closer to any show or like any sort of like K-pop DJ set. Like, oh, you end with this sort of song for this post-chorus just because of the way it progresses to that point. So, and of course the song ends with their hands forming crowns on their head, like any good girl crush concept is supposed to do.
And I think Unforgiven features and/or is produced by Nile Rodgers, legendary songwriter, producer. So that's cool. Like harkening back to our Black History Month episode, I think the fact that they put Nile Rodgers front and center and we're proud of working with him just shows the companies where their eyes are at. Like they want to break into the U.S. market. I mean, we knew that, but their strategy is now like, let's go for the heart of the taste maker sounds of the United States music scene. Like this person wrote, "We Are Family" and "I'm Coming Out," like songs all of us know. So 르세라핌 with him, it's like, what? It definitely made me raise my eyebrows. Like, oh, okay. They know about him. Okay.
Stephanie, I'm so glad you said that because before you hopped on the call, I was like, who is this like guy? Like, I'm not hearing him in the song. Like, is this a producer? And it's like, yeah, he's a producer, Peter. He's like the producer. So thank you for putting me in my place on that one.
Oh, no, all good.
Yeah. I was wondering why they chose to include him as a feature in the title.
We were kind of talking about this on Slack or on Twitter that like I kind of wish they included his signature sounds a bit more. Like you can't really listen to the song and be like, oh yeah, that's Nile Rodgers, right? If you didn't know, right?
But he mentioned in this Grammy interview that he personally was excited to get into K-pop because it's a challenge for him as a producer to try new things.
That's true. It is a chance for him to get out of his quote unquote signature sound, which I guess some fans want, some don't.
So K-pop Western yeehaw, evil origin villain story.
Yes.
I love it. I'm going to put it in the line with Tell Me What Is Love by Teddy Riley, which is also kind of like K-pop yeehaw.
Yeah. Put it in there.
Yeah. But Stephanie, what is your hit replay for this week?
Yeah, so continuing the trend of the like bad villain, evil, my hit replay has actual vampires in it. It's ENHYPEN Bite Me.
Come here again, 남겨줘 on my knee. 네거는 증거. Just come over and bite me. Come here again, 널 참미할 psyche. 그게 내 숙명. Just come over and bite me. It's you and me in this world. 내게로 다시 왔다네. 날 구원할 거라면 just come kiss me and bite me. It's you and me in this world.
released on May 22nd, 2023. It's the hard-hitting, confident title track of their fourth mini album, Dark Blood, with vampire themes.
I love it. Finally getting back to the vampire concept.
Right, yeah. So ENHYPEN is a 7-member group that debuted in 2020 through epic, tear-jerking, traumatizing, low-key survival show Island, featuring Korean and international members. And they're under B-Lift Lab, which is another one of the HYBE labels. Noticing a trend here. And reasons why I chose it. So, all right. I'm going to be honest that I actually heard about controversy about this song before I even heard it at all. And we're going to get...
All press is good press, I guess.
Yeah, right? Like, I heard about it. I heard about the controversy first, and we're going to dive into that in just a moment. But then when I was like, let me go see what all this fuss is about, I was like, dang, this is what I've been wanting from ENHYPEN. Mm-hmm. The pre-chorus has them like, honestly, the pre-chorus sounds like reminiscent of some dark, heavy air hip hop club, like Freak-a-Leak almost. Ooh. Like with Nicki in front saying, "Come here and get some, come over here and bite me." I'm like, dang, Magne, back up. Right. But also, I mean, I'm into it. And like, besides the pre-chorus, I'm just into Nicki's performance overall. He's the Japanese member. I was really rooting for him on Island, or any Japanese member, to get into the group. And I heard that he actually helped develop the choreography. Hey.
With the ladies?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Choreography with ladies. I know I was kind of hinting at some controversy, but I'm down to get into it if you are.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Because again, when I found this organically and watching the music video, the first thing I was like, oh, are they acting grown now? Dancing with women?
Ooh.
Like, is this their next evolution? Like, they're no longer kids in school?
I know. Yeah, the school uniforms. So cute. But yes, no more. They have grown up and they have emerged as ajumas with tweed and pearl jackets. They've like skipped over into that phase of life. But anyways, to the controversy, the choreography, yes, features women. Women doing, I'll let Peter describe. Someone said tango inspired. I don't really see it. No. I think they just have long red dresses on, but that doesn't mean the dance is tango.
Yeah, there's as much like, I'm trying to think of an analogy here.
Can we get our ballroom expert in here to set it straight?
It is like, there's no tango relation whatsoever. And that, other than that, it involves a male and a female.
Like sometimes facing each other, sometimes touching.
And I think that's where it stops. The overlap. Right. Like, there's nothing more than that. And
yeah. It's connection. Like, honestly, it's like the lightest touch of suggestiveness possible. You can tell it's restrained, right? Watching the performances and the music video, while the members are dancing with these women, they're more often than not facing and looking forward at the camera, not looking at the women, no
chemistry whatsoever.
No, yeah.
Cold vampires,
cold, right? Like they don't want it, whatever. Peter, what is that move where the guy kind of dips the girl and displays her backward to the audience?
Oh, just
you
a
watched
dip.
it, right? It's just a dip. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's one of the moves that maybe caused some controversy. Like, wow. But I was unfazed, and it seems like I'm not alone in that. There's a huge gap. There's a war now going on between international ENHYPEN fans and whoever's representing Korean ENHYPEN fans. Fan club named Engine, and it is culminated in #TruckWar. Where the Korean fans or whoever, I don't want to like throw all Korean fans under the bus. Some group of fans with money rented a truck that has like a little billboard on the back that displays a message, and they parked it in front of the Belift Lab building saying, and I quote, "Belift Lab treats fans like fools. It's a company that stands in the way of its artist's success. It's a company that has no will for improvement. It is the Hybe label with the worst creative sense." Oh, and the official statement released by those fans basically says that ENHYPEN's still a young group, including minors, so it's way too early for suggestive choreography. Engine demands all choreo involving female dancers be removed from Bite Me, and if the matter is not corrected, we will respond with additional organized action. Ooh. In response, International Engines organized, I don't even know how many trucks at this point, 4, 5. I'm just following on Twitter, laughing the whole way, because there's a Thai truck, there's a truck with an English message supporting the choreography and supporting the group's choice. And I think they might be outnumbering the Korean fans' trucks. So this is just wildly entertaining to me. And yeah.
I mean, it's one of those like funny instances where you've got like proxy wars amongst fandom taking place in real life and real physical spaces.
You would expect this in a drama to take place.
Yeah. But I think it's just so hilarious. I'm just imagining the streets of Seoul and like all these trucks like going to the same address.
This isn't
up
a
the
new
road.
thing, but it's definitely like the era of truck wars. Like this is probably the first time we've had like so many competing trucks in one area at one time.
Yeah. One Korean online fan comment said, "Why would fans pay to watch their idols dancing with women on stage?" And I was just like, I would pay more.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, I'm trying really hard to be open-minded about this. Like, is there something... Look, I'm sure many international people would say, like, American fans are triggered by, you know, name your sensational thing. Yeah, like Aegyo. Like, we don't really like Aegyo that much.
Infantilization.
Mostly. Unless you're, like, in Seoul Mail or something. But...
Yeah.
Like, you know, can we apply that reverse, like role shift or reversal in this case?
I mean, just a few episodes ago, we were talking about minor sexualization in K-pop and the business interests of that. And I think we ultimately came down on the side of if the idols are independently, autonomously choosing this expression and to experiment with this stuff, we're kind of okay and supportive of that. If they're forced into something sexualized that without consent, that's no good. So I don't really know. Nikki said he made the choreography. I support it.
Yeah. So if the idol makes it, I think, yeah.
I don't care. I didn't see it as vulgar. I honestly, if I could make changes to the choreo, I would request more hip pelvis movements.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah. If you are trying to follow like Latin inspired, Latin ballroom inspired dance choreography, it's all about the hips. So
yes. And this, you know, speaking of
and
the
sexual tension, I would add. Yeah, just slowing down a little bit to letting us savor a move, because the choreography that came out in the chorus was very hand, like extremity, finger, hand, wrist focused. And I thought that was, I don't know, maybe it's a nod to TikTok and the camera zooming in on those details, but I thought it was a missed opportunity to create like full body shapes for the point dance. Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. When they're talking about Bite Me, and I don't even know what the hands are doing when they're just like.
When I was watching that, I was like the way the female puts her like two fingers on the neck. I saw that as like vampire bite marks.
Yeah.
Thing.
But that's like, it's so minor. It's cute.
Yeah.
I want something bigger to capture that. I don't know, to match the music, the bass that's going on. I guess I just want more hips.
I just want more sexual attention. Yeah. Always.
for this kind of song, you're talking about,
just in all cases.
Have yes, okay, that too.
In every possible case, I want more sexual tension.
Do the fans have an issue with the lyrics? Talking about come and get some, come bite me, hello.
Right. And that's the thing is like a group could have like the most wild out of pocket lyrics, but because they're not dancing with women, it's okay.
Because that's the parasocial thing message to the fan, right?
Yeah. Right.
You're telling the fan to come and
what does it mean to these fans
judge, wink, wink.
to see? Because all right, I want to ask them just like why? What does it mean to you? Why is it making you upset? Like why specifically? And get to the bottom of this. Like, is it parasocial that they feel jealous, or is it like a fantasy broken of some kind of innocence? And like, why do they want that out of their male idols? Like, there's layers here.
Yeah, we should really invite a Korean expert on, I think, to talk about it more. I'm wondering if it's also a generational thing. To be sure, this premise of you're not allowed to date stems from this notion that you're supposed to be like, in love with the world, your fans, this,
You exist for them.
Yeah.
Almost.
And
terrible.
that rather than loving another human being, you're supposed to give that up for the fans, right? Like, and because
almost
those
like a
fans would get
religious
jealous.
connotation.
Yeah. But again, like just looking at
Disciple or a nun, yeah.
sure. Yeah, potentially. But also just from a pragmatic business perspective, you're just trying to capitalize and monetize on that parasocial relationship to the very thirsty girls. When you've got a boy group, right? Like that seems to be the original like Gen 1, Gen 2 dynamic. But I was trying to look into this because there are lots of instances where you've got girl groups, female soloists, I guess, doing stuff with boys or being sexualized. I'm thinking Hannah, like Troublemaker, and Dawn, and
she's an outlier, and she gets a lot of flack too.
Okay.
I don't think there's I don't think this is a case of double standard, honestly. The girls get it, like
they get it as well.
Maybe worse.
Yeah. Okay. No, good point.
It's just across the board. We're so restricted.
The other example I was going to bring up with was Shinhwa, their song Venus. Have you guys seen this?
Venus. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Blast from the past.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, is it a generational thing? Because in that music video, at one point, the boys are doing their choreography. And you want to talk about something like gratuitous, like sex appeal or sexiness. The women are behind the men with their arms clenching their chests. And then the women's hands go down to their crotches. So
I think we need to share a clip.
For scientific purposes. Yeah,
we're good. Come to our Slack if you want to see what we're talking about.
Yeah. The other example I thought of, I don't know if you guys remember this one, but UKISS, Kiburijima, right? Quit playing.
Oh, yes.
It reminded me, the second I saw it, it reminded me of that, where the women are just all over them, like sliding up and down their bodies.
Yes, sliding all around, slip and slide.
And that was the time when June had debuted, and June was like a teenager at the time, but still taking part in the choreo. But I think at that time, UKISS had been out for a while. Their fandom wasn't as young, and I guess not as like outraged. I don't know. Is it
really the young people? The teenagers don't have the money to do this truck, right? I'm betting you it's Ajuma fans doing this, but I don't know. We need to research and get it. Is it really the young people who don't want? I don't know.
I can see it going both sides. Like I mean, maybe both sides is the wrong word choice, but I mean, I could see both young fans and old fans both.
Yeah.
Being judgmental and both not.
Hey, yeah, folks in Slack, if you know something we don't, if you've thought about this and have ideas, or if you're not in our Slack, come join and we're going to continue the discussion there.
I tweeted this out earlier, but the thing that I translate from all these trucks is please support CARD, guys, because clearly if we're still having these instances in 2023, we need to be supporting these co-ed groups who are doing it right.
Well, this is maybe a hint to why CARD has not hit top popularity numbers.
Right.
At least in Korea.
Yeah.
And they talked about this specifically, like with their latest comeback, a very, very saucy comeback. Like their what they quote, their quote unquote homework, literally they translate to is they know they have a large fan base internationally, but they don't have a fan base in Korea because of instances like this, where fans would look at a group like CARD and be jealous because it's like, how J-Sub puts it, it's like seeing your boyfriend hanging out with a really close female friend, and they're like, you see them interact with each other, and that might make you feel jealous. Like that's how he expresses like what he thinks the reason why Korean fans aren't as fond of them is.
That's ridiculous. But
I really wish we can get more of the overall like K-pop industrial complex behind mixed gender groups to do something, more dynamic in changing choreographies and concepts. But we've got CARD.
Right. ICKY.
Holding it down.
Yeah, tell us about ICKY, Peter.
Well, I think there's just something really interesting going on with their song ICKY. So are you guys familiar with backrooms as a concept? Like it's a thing that I sort of discovered by accident on Instagram before.
Ooh.
Like, are you guys
I don't
familiar?
think so.
No, please continue.
So like, what's the best way to describe it? Did you guys see the movie?
Are you saying back rooms or bathrooms? Because both are in this
rooms.
music video.
No, tell us what it is.
Well, yeah, they're both related. But so back.
Is it something I should not Google?
Ooh.
It is potentially triggering, and that it is very creepy, and that's that creepiness is what they're trying to convey in ICKY.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why it's called ICKY, because it's like, ooh, this is like kind of feeling, which to me is very disconnected from the lyrics of the music video. But anyway, Backrooms, like, have you guys seen what was it? I know it was like originally a Japanese movie, but like in the early 2000s, there was the movie The Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, it was based on this premise of like, you have to make a copy of this VHS tape, like this old analog 80s, 90s technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, remember you're watching that video, that in all its like grainy, like 90s, like VHS camera footage.
Yes.
So imagine that, except in like an endless interior office, or imagine like a Chuck E. Cheese that's empty, but the lights are on and you're viewing it through the VHS grain of a TV. And then something seems off. Like,
okay.
Like there's no end, like it's endless, or like it's a maze of like empty office rooms, or you see something that is like paranormal, like that's like maybe you're not alone in this, space. So I've actually seen some pretty good creepy horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The way I viewed it, it's like kind of like a theme park ride, like riding a roller coaster. It's not.
It reminds me of those jump scare games online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely very much related to that. So you look at ICKY, and all the backdrops of their music video are capitalizing on that concept, and then it's like deliberately, like 3D rendered, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so it's not like it's meant to look exactly realistic, because that's kind of the creepy part of it. And like you see them like trying to escape or find the exit, but they just, get sucked into another hall, or like each of the members sort of like epitomize like, I'm stuck in this endlessness. I'm being swallowed up by it. So I thought that was just really interesting, really profound for K-pop. But I think the other part of it is like, these lyrics, you guys, are like very sexually charged.
Yeah. Especially Big Matthew. Holy, I mean, that was all in English, so I could understand every reference.
Yeah.
Not like the rest of K-pop.
Just read it off for you guys. Let's see. He says, aroma pheromones diffusing all over. Sorry, I'm like watching the clip right now. I'm trying to pull it up. Situation might get sticky, icky, icky. Whoa. Got you excited. She said she want more than a tip. I ain't talking about guidance. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, we need to improve tipping culture, right?
You didn't say more. Right. Yeah. I saw a tweet that was like, BM stands service workers and, their rights to organize. But in the meantime, tip higher than 20%, please. Like, yep, exactly. That's totally what he's talking about.
100%.
Woo!
I mean, they literally say like the word innuendo in the
I know,
the lyrics of the
some
song.
of it
like,
is a little on the nose.
the whole song is that.
Yeah. Sticky, icky, icky. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, do you have to mention the word pheromones? Like, that sounds lame to actually say that. It's like an SAT word. Get out of here.
Anyway. Oh, wait, really quick before we move on to the next thing. Like, just overall, like, I just want to hear the PD Nim Stephanie take on these two items. So, like, when it comes to ENHYPEN, like, what do you think the path forward should be? More sex? More?
Yes.
More men and women having sexual attention.
Free the hips.
Free the hips.
Yeah.
Free the hips, but consent matters. Like,
okay, don't force it. Right. I said free. Mm-hmm. Don't force the hips. Free the hips.
Free, yes, there you go. Free.
An interruption to this episode. I just, by random circumstance, ran into the visual effects artist for our Cards music video, ICKY. Welcome, Miko. Miko, like,
nice
what's the best
Peter.
way to describe you? We were discussing earlier, you're a visual effects artist and student.
Yep.
Are you in school right now, working, studying this craft, this profession?
Actually, I'm just a business student, but for visual effects, I've been doing it for many years. And also a lot of video work, I've been doing it for half my life as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is this like a side hustle, I guess, at this point?
It's basically my full-time job right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So this is your day job, and then you're just going to business school on the side. Okay. Okay. Wow. So, I mean, let me just get right to it on the card side. So, like, it sounds like you've been in this industry a while now, doing visual effects for a number of different K-pop music videos. But how did this specific opportunity come about with the ICKY music video?
Okay, just to re-clarify, like, I'm only like a small part of the visual effects for ICKY. So when I came onto this, it was like a small request from the executive producer of the studio called Ambient Soul I normally work for. So it was just out of the blue. They're like, oh, can we just help like 1 or 2 shots? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Let me just pick this like quick 4-second shot. And then boom, I just started working on it. But most of it, like 90% of the VFX was handled by another person. His name is Sangwon Park. And he's literally like top 3 VFX artists for K-pop music video production.
Wow.
So it was great to work with him, and saw his process. Like, the visual effects for this is like super hardcore. There's about 100, like somewhere between 100 to 200 cuts of VFX, and it's all blue screen, green screen.
Just for a sense of like comparison and scale, you say like 120 cuts. I think you said like, so like, how does that compare with like other, I don't know, K-pop music videos we're seeing in 2023? Is that like twice as many or?
Okay,
like,
in comparison, like in 2023, like visual effects became more and more prominent in Korean music video production. Because it lets like these studios go out and get their vision like to bigger and grander ideas. But in relative to other music videos, this is like 3 or 4 times more like shots than normal.
Wow.
And also to put that into comparison, like the time frame for Korean music video production, there is only like less than a month to work on it, or even so it's very, very
really
fast,
tight,
and the work hours are just super insane. So, but yeah, Koreans work very hard. They're very diligent.
And so like you've got these crunch cycles, like perpetual crunch cycles for K-pop music videos, it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely. I think the visual effects artists in the Korean music video production side, like there's only less than, like I can count less than 40 in the entire production.
Wow. Okay.
Because I think like the amount of workload for one person is like, it's very high to the point where you might not have like a balanced like lifestyle. So a lot of people just come in and out.
So it's more of like a gig sort of thing rather than you wouldn't be on retainer, for example, at like, SM Entertainment or one of the major agencies.
Oh, no. Usually the agencies contact the production studio. So there's various production studios. Like for Card, it was the Ambient Soul. Like, but Card, like when they're that agency, whoever works with them, they can contact any video production studio. It just happens to be that studio was available for that specific time frame to create that music video, or they just like that director in general.
So when you were, you're under Ambient Studio, is that right? Or you just, what's your connect?
So basically I'm also just like kind of freelance, but the main studio I work from is Ambient Soul. That's the name of the studio.
Oh, got it. Okay, Ambient Soul.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I also, like I got recommended to other studios also, like especially Regent Film. That one worked on like Nayeon Pop, that music video. Yeah. So I'm working with them on a new project right now, but I can't disclose anything.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't want to get you in trouble. Yeah.
It's gonna be one of the craziest Korean music videos you'll see yet, because
oh my gosh, we have to have you back for that. Like whenever that comes out, I want to hear you talk about it.
For sure, because definitely that one, I'm kind of like the lead visual effects artist for that one, and then that one also got like, it almost looks like a Hollywood like action movie type with so much like visual effects. It doesn't look like a normal Korean music video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so sorry, I want to bring this back to Card though. Like this is like really, really good discussion. Like I want to talk to you more about this. I think we'll have you on future episodes for this. But just for the sake of this really quick snippet here on Card, like were you given like any sort of like creative brief or direction, and like how much artistic guidance or direction are you given with projects like this?
Oh, basically like when I was on the meeting call and they were just showing me the treatment. The treatment's basically the PowerPoint like references, everything like that. Like they show me like, oh, this whole music video is based on like liminal spaces, like the back rooms and such.
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah.
So they showed me like this weird warp thing like on the floor where things gets like kind of like a black hole but like checkered tile, and I'm like, okay, I have to fit this shot into something that looks like this, but I just have to keep the lighting the same as the real environment. Like they made half the set in real life, and then the rest gets extended in VFX. So I just have to match the lighting. Like in terms of creative, like I think I got like very heavy creative control. The big difference between the West and also like Korean music video production is that the director has more like power over the actual client. So they can
wait. Director in the West or in
directors
East?
in Korea, they have more say on what the final look is than the client.
Wow.
So that's the best part. So the client, you know how in the West, like a lot of artists, they go like, oh, the client says this and that. You got to follow the client. But in Korea, it's like, we don't care what the client says. Just like if the director says it, we do it. Yeah. And
oh
plus,
my gosh.
there's also such a short time frame to do all this work. So there's only one revision at max, or 1 or 2 revisions. So
wow.
whatever is made in the first try is basically what you're going for. But that's also the risk involved. Like if you do a really bad job on the first try, you might not work again.
Oh, that is so funny because I've seen a lot of what I affectionately refer to as like wonderful treasure find, like WTF VFX.
Yeah.
And like, they get immortalized, like for better or worse. Sometimes they're immortalized because they're so bad or because they're good. But it's like, I guess for the client, the K-pop label, like they had to live with that creative
yeah, exactly.
mistake for all time.
I know there's like a lot of memes sometimes when like a visual effects goes bad and then people like complain and stuff on Reddit and go like, oh, this shot's so ugly. But in reality, like I can tell like some shots are like pretty bad, but when I think about it, it's these artists, they don't have enough time to work on it. They're so tight on time. They don't have enough sleep. And the shot just ends up like that. And just time just ran out to even put their full energy into it, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. So anyway, for ICKY, what were you given? So you mentioned like the back rooms concept. Like how did that factor into like what you were trying to do here?
Oh yeah, basically you just wanted to keep it like mysterious, like you know how liminal spaces are. It's like somewhat nostalgic, and then they do want that weirdness where kind of the story is that one girl in the group is controlling all of them. And then all of them each have their own back room and they're stuck in there. They're all she's playing the cards with them. That's kind of how it is.
Oh my gosh. You are like blowing my mind right now. I didn't even draw that connection, but now that you say that, I'm like, oh, that's the answer.
Yeah.
Wait.
She's the puppet master.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's exactly it. But in terms of reference, they didn't give much. They're just like, here, look at this floor. You warp into it. The theme is backrooms. Do your best.
Okay, wait. Can I ask you, like, did you hear the music at all, like, before you were working on this project?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I had it like a month before release. I think any music video production, I might have the song like 1 or 2 months before release. But during that time frame, like the music sometimes like changes every few moments, like the mastering,
right? Or
they want to fix something here and there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting when you hear the music, but by the time the song comes out, you're just tired of it already.
Yeah. Well, as are the idols, I'm sure. But like you're listening to that, something that I felt was like something of a mixed metaphor was like the lyrics are very like sexually.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So like, how did that factor or play at all into like what you're doing on the VFX side? Because it just felt like very disparate or like not disjoint. Like I'm not complaining. Like I liked both the concept and the lyrics, but they just seemed like two very different things.
I feel you. Yeah, I know like some K-pop like direction, they kind of get to that sexual side and it's just like maybe they're just trying to be different. Like when I listen to it, I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. Yeah. I just fit the CG to that tone, but not like I can make the scene sexual, It's kind of hard. But like when it comes to ICKY and stuff, like I did the logos, the 3D logos. So when I hear like the word ICKY, it's like kind of like a sticky and stuff. So I had those like a dripping and also it felt like a very liquidy, slimy. I just went with just the general vibe of the music video. So I think the sexuality of like the song, like it didn't really affect my mind so much. But like the one thing when I do listen to it and then I see like, who's this targeted towards, like what age group.
Uh-huh.
So I try to make sure that I just fit that right age group as well.
So you were given that direction for this, like who is like the intended like
No. I don't know.
Or you just can't go.
Yeah, usually at the beginning of music videos in Korea, like there's like a number that's at the top right. It might be 12 or 15. That's like the minimum age for the viewing. But I don't know that until like the final edit.
Well, but that's more of like a legal policy thing, right? Not necessarily like the marketing strategy. That's just like what? Okay.
Yeah, age I don't know. I don't know like the target, but you can just tell by the video, and you go like, oh, and this might be like just a general like music video, but a bit more sexual.
But you were referencing the other material of I'm gonna mispronounce the member names, but like what was it, Somin? And like, you know, she's the one controlling everyone, right? But she opens up in that green goo bath, and then like you see that green goo like cascade into other rooms. Like I think at one scene it's in a scene with like Big Matthew and in a pool. Like was that something that you were looking at in like as you were saying the other main VFX artist was working on this? Were you looking at his material like as you're working on the logo? Oh
yeah, definitely. So like there's like a one Kakao group where I can see them like posting like updated files and stuff. So I was able to just see the progress on it. It's pretty crazy. Just like I think it was like 2 people on it, just working on all these like hundreds of shots. I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's like a robot. Like he doesn't like complain or anything. He's just like very objective.
Wow.
Yeah, the shots are crazy though.
That's okay. Well, anyway, we should probably wrap this. We've already kind of gone over the time.
Oh, no worries.
but like last call. Like, is there anything else that like you think like is worth noting, and just in terms of like the VFX perspective on Card's ICKY music video?
I think for now, like not much say. I just did my shot, but just stay tuned for other VFX works where I do lead all the VFX. Then I think I have much more to say for that.
Oh my gosh. Yes. We're going to have you back. We're definitely going to have you back as often as you'll let me claim your time to have you back. Because I want to hear you talk more about that and the other projects you're working on. So that's so cool. Anytime. Well, thank you so much for your time, Miko.
Thank you, Peter, for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last plug. Yeah. Where can people follow you in your projects?
Okay. Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is EMIKO, EMIKO, and 0 at the end. EMIKO 0. And
that's where we'll see this cool new project that you're leading.
Exactly. And sometimes I put some hints on my Instagram story, so you can see how the progress goes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see some projects being worked on 2 months in advance, stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I hope I'm not getting you in trouble by letting you share that.
No worries. It's just like a work in progress, but it doesn't reveal anything.
Okay. Well, I hope you realize that means like I'm going to your Instagram profile right now and I'm setting like notifications for like every post or whatever it's called. Oh my God. So watch out. Okay. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I have to let you go. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Sounds good. Thank you, Peter.
Yep. Okay, so taking us to unicorns and rainbows,
and peach blossoms, and first loves,
adolescent romance. PDN.
Yeah.
What's your hot issue?
So I was on Netflix this weekend, guys, and I binged a new show called Exo Kitty. Have you heard of this show?
I did not until you told me that it was going to be your thing. Like 5 minutes before we started recording.
I have only heard of it because of controversy, criticism on Twitter from K-pop fans.
Okay. What? Oh, okay. Let's get into this.
Like, no, let's hear it. Let's hear. No, go first, Michaela.
Yeah, well, I mean, the boilerplate that I created for this show, this isn't like the official thing. It's just like, Hapa girl goes to international school to find love, but actually finds herself.
Really?
Okay.
It's right. Very like Netflix YA. I mean, the whole series is actually a spin-off from the To All the Boys I Loved Before movie series.
Oh, so why is it a spin-off?
Well,
sorry,
so Kitty is the younger sister of the main character in the To All the Boys. So
Got
she's
it.
in those movies, but she's really just a side character.
Yeah.
So this is a case where she gets to like have her own story and like go through her own journey, which for her is like because her mom her mom had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Her going to Korea is her journey to find a connection to her mom again. But she's also going to like hook up with her long distance boyfriend at the same time.
As one does.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to find her mom. Never mind.
Yeah. And I mean, for this, I came into this like figuring out like, okay, is this going to feel like a K-drama? Is this going to feel like, you know, again, like the Netflix YA stuff? And it is a bit of both. It's definitely rooted in you know, that Netflix YA world as far as like the dialogue, but all of the visuals in it are these lovely nods to all the tropes that we're used to seeing in K-pop.
Really?
Or in K-dramas.
In K-drama?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
And again, when the trailer for this first dropped, like I was sort of worried that we would get like this was just going to be like the Korean version of like Emily in Paris. Have you ever heard of that show, Peter?
No.
No, okay, I'm looking it up right now to see if it is what I think it is. But
yeah,
but
it's an American girl goes to Paris, doesn't speak the language, doesn't know the culture, and is like, you know, expecting everybody to like not bend to her, but you know, it's kind of like that American like exceptionalism. It's like, oh, why doesn't anybody speak English in this country? Or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I enjoyed that show. I have a lot of like notes, but I you know, there's a lot. I was hoping that show wasn't what this was going to be. And
wait, but did that show was the lesson like, yeah, you're not the main character, girl. Like you're not, or is that?
Yes, but they figured that out in season 2 after they got all the hate in season 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's like every high school, college girl's like fantasy to like study abroad in Paris. And okay, so I get it. Yeah. Same thing here.
So
okay.
going into this, you know, it being again also like the first kind of like 50-50 joint Korean and US Netflix production, I was really curious to see like how they were going to show, you know, again, like the Korea part of it, because we have so many other examples of in the past of Western shows trying to portray Korea or like do like a Korea version of an episode where like things are very like stereotypical and like just like icky.
Icky.
Yeah, but in this sense, like again, I felt like there was care. And there was like an understanding of like the culture. Like even the characters are like, there's like, it's like almost 50% in Korean. Like it's a very natural like interaction with the international students and the Korean students and the culture.
Well, Netflix did invest a lot in Korean made productions. So I think there's probably a lot of connections being made between different producers and stuff under Netflix.
Yeah, but I do have my notes though. Stephanie, I know you saw a lot of controversy around I'm curious what you were seeing specifically.
Not huge controversy, mainly like Twitter and Reddit. People who are staunch K-drama fans.
Yes.
Just like criticizing the missed faux pas of like not the writers not truly getting the essence of K-drama and just kind of name dropping things here and there.
Yes.
That seems superficial.
Yeah. Also, so many K-pop needle drops.
Yeah.
Like, I remember people because they had released a longer version of the teaser where they had like a 17 song and it was like, oh, cool. There's like a K-pop song in this thing. No, there's like several, like up to like maybe 10 or 12 K-pop songs in every episode.
Oh, wow.
There was so much K-pop in this show. It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. What I guess the vibe I get from the critique is that this show is pandering to the imagined American American
version
fans
of what it's like to go
K-drama.
to Korea, which is exactly what Emily in Paris was.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there are certain characters that I feel like are the example of that, with that they don't necessarily like. I don't know, it's hard to talk about with like there's definitely like a
do you
few
think
Korea
it's-
boo jump scares in this show with certain
Yeah,
characters.
exactly. Yeah,
But-
the Korea boo stuff.
But is it like self-aware of that and like being satirical?
In a sense, definitely. Like you have especially like the Korean characters like pointing out, not specifically like calling them Korea boos, but like it's kind of like the subtext of like, oh, she's one of them.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
years ago there was a show on Viki that was like, I'm forgetting the name of the series, but it was
Drama
like,
World.
oh, I think that's it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a girl in America like is suddenly like dropped into the world of K-dramas.
Because that was a very self-aware parodizing, oh, here's all the cliches. Can we say something more profound from it?
Yeah, but that one wasn't good.
Okay.
This is, if anything, the EXO-KT is definitely much better than Drama World. Not to say that Drama World like had some good parts, but I feel like EXO-KT is like a next step from that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's easy if your goal producing a show is to like capitalize on a market of people and their interests that they write about on Twitter and TikTok, then you're going to get something that feels a little disjointed or like it's a
How do you do, fellow kids?
yeah, a little bit. It's a collection of stuff pulled from the surface, without getting like the real. I guess I said this before. The essence or the tight, like the points of tension and the building up and the subtle things that make us really love K-drama. Like if you just pick the over the top stuff that is joked about on TikTok and make a show out of that, then yeah, it's missing the base layer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Like that's what I'd also say about around a lot of like generative
Yes.
outputs where it's like, okay, machine learning model, you understand what the answer is supposed to look like. So it does a really good job of convincingly giving you the BS answer because that's what the answer is supposed to look like based off of the assumed prompt and intent of the prompter without really knowing, the expertise of the matter.
Yeah, there's something like that going on, I think. But I'm intrigued, Michaela. Like, since you liked it and you are a true K-drama fan, I think I might have to check it out.
Yeah, I it's a definite recommend for me. I'm excited to see what you guys think about it when you see it. So talk to me about it on Slack, guys.
Yeah, come
plug
on
for our
down.
Slack. Link to that in the description. Okay, let's wrap things up. All right,
Yes,
so
quickly.
DAEBAK or not? How are you guys, Dave? So this is the thing where we kind of go somewhat rapid fire, not really, but we'll name a thing and then we'll just say whether we're DAEBAK, like thumbs up or not, thumbs down, or glass half empty on that thing, however we want to interpret it. Okay, so are you guys DAEBAK or not on Girls' verse virtual girl group in their music video Cho?
I have
I'm
a
not.
question. Peter, what do they mean by virtual?
I don't know if I really want to get into it right now.
Okay.
Like I think like I want to produce like a whole on episode just talking about that.
Yeah.
But like you ever see those like Netflix shows or like Crunchyroll produced shows where they don't have like the human animator budget and so they use the computer animated versions of like what a computer animated 3D character would look like if it was trying to look 2D hand drawn. Like how there's like like really gross uncanny valley between trying to look hand drawn but being actually 3D. That's what this looks like.
Yeah, that's why I'm a not on it, because I feel like we've come so far for this to be the step back in the visual department.
Oh yeah, I saw this come up on YouTube. I clicked away after 2 seconds.
2 seconds. All right.
Maybe 1.5.
All right. Okay. So I guess we're all not on that.
Yes. Are we DAEBAK or not on Cap leaving Teen Top after he angers fans during a live stream where he's,
What was he doing on the live stream?
well, he was like smoking and like cursing, and the fans were like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. You guys are gonna have a comeback soon." And they're like, "Where did all you guys come from? Did you just like watch that episode of the variety show and like now you're here? Like I've been doing this the whole time. I'm a grown man."
Yep.
Yeah. Although even that, I would be willing to bet is another character that he's presenting. But yeah, like, just a reminder, we don't know the character. The character isn't a reflection of the real human being.
I am DAEBAK on this just because I feel like, again, like he has his own thing that he's doing. He's a grown man. And if the new fans that are coming into this, especially coming into this new comeback, are coming with this energy, I feel like he's saving himself from further issues in the future.
Yeah, I totally agree.
If he's not willing to compromise to the fans' wishes.
Yeah, that's such a huge part of the job as an idol. And he has definitely paid his dues, put in years of that. And if this is an expression of him saying like, I don't have to take this from y'all anymore. I don't deserve this. Then yeah, more power to him. He can be free.
Yeah, I'm DAEBAK for the reasons you guys said. Okay, next item. Stephanie, do you want to maybe
sure.
take it? Yeah.
Next item is Seoul's LGBT festival blocked by Christian concert outside of City Hall, organizers say. So yeah, conservative protesters basically shut down the Pride Festival. This is a huge knot for me. Ugh, what a shame.
I guess I want to ask, like, will this change? Or are we heading in one direction?
I feel like just like this country, there's a pendulum that swings back and forth.
Right.
There might have been progressive movement and then a swift backlash. We're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But not all around, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a not, of course. Hey, Audrey.
Oh.
Hey, Carson.
The kiddos.
When are you working, Daddy?
Oh, we're going to wrap up this recording so we can play with Carson. Okay.
All right.
So next item.
Next item. BTS's Jin was injected with an unauthorized vaccine by a female military nurse who snuck out of her base and snuck in to Jin's compound and claimed to be his assigned nurse, giving... Oh my God, that's so creepy and scary. Like, I'm glad he's okay. But geez, yeah, it's just a wake up call to how idols like can't really trust anyone. They can't let their guard down.
Yeah, just everyone's coming from you all the time at all angles.
Yeah, mostly just wanting to get close to you in this like weird voyeuristic way. But some people do want to hurt idols too.
Daddy?
But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the business model, again, you're trying to monetize that parasocial relationship and monetize whatever increasingly proximate degree of closeness you get with that idol. You charge that much higher of a premium, however X-fold. So it makes fans just exceptionally thirsty because like that's the
because they
reward.
Can't get close to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and or ordinarily you have to pay, whatever, right, for that
thousands,
that closeness. And to me, it just seems selfish, for like businesses to say like, well, this is the model, and we're gonna capitalize and exploit that, and then the idol just deals with all the emotional trauma from that.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Okay, so we're all not right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So moving on to the state of Kwanya section of DAEBAK.
Yeah. No more hype.
No more hype. First of all, we have.
Well, for now.
For now.
Kai, right? Kai announces his enlistment, and as of recording this, he has enlisted.
No, it was so fast, so sudden.
Yeah, Kai's Rover, for a while was number one, but it's still going to be in the top 5 like K-pop songs. I predict for like the least next couple months.
Yeah, this is a big old nut, especially since he had initially had so many more things planned, and EXO was preparing for a comeback, but because of SM's poor management, we believe he had to enlist.
Yeah, somebody dropped the ball on something. This should not have been a surprise.
Even the government came out because SM was like, "Oh, this is because of some government regulation," and the government was like, "No, it's not." What are you talking about?
I'm getting Camp LA flashbacks of them pointing fingers at each other.
Whatever.
Oh man,
I don't know.
So knots all around.
I could say DAEBAK in that he gets it over with.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. So, but we could have had an EXO comeback and a Super M comeback this year. We could have had that with him participating. Nothing is worth that.
I don't know. Those 2 years will go by fast.
Oh, I know, but it's so hard right now.
Okay. Military spouses all around. All right. So next up, we've got SM Entertainment announces Lucas's departure from NCT and Wavy. I think this one was what?
I'm actually DAEBAK on this. I mean, it's unfortunate that he's had to leave the group, but the way that SM has handled his departure has felt not as like, oh, Lucas, who is he? Moving on. Like it feels like he's still being supported by the label, just no longer connected to this IP that he might, have his past issues might be affecting.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's doing his own
feels
thing.
like some
Probably going to make a lot more money in China on his own.
Some resolution on what was up in the air before. So
Yeah, I think anyone wants that. I think the worst thing is just being held in like purgatory, limbo between
in
like
the dungeon.
Yeah, that is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys DAEBAK or not? Oh, so I guess we're all DAEBAK
We're
on that,
still
right?
in. Yeah.
Okay, up next in the Kwangyuverse, are you guys DAEBAK or not on SM's announced plans for Sungchen and Shotoro's?
Sungtaro.
Yeah, Suntaro. Wait, what? Wait,
I mean, that's just the combination of their
Their
names.
names.
Oh,
That I learned on Twitter.
oh, okay. So, are you guys excited for the new boy group, new NCT team, and all new girl group?
I saw something like, correct me, Michaela, but one of them, maybe Shotaro, commented on Sungchan's Instagram implying that he was disappointed or let down by this. Like, y'all will be fine, but like this is a surprise, a shock. It's disappointing. And that sucks, that the idols who worked so hard and were under a certain impression of who they were going to be working with, they just get the rug pulled out from under them and get shifted somewhere else. Like, that doesn't feel good.
Definitely. We know, it feels like for a fact they found out when we found out.
Yeah.
Like in the same, we have video proof of like when the NCTs found out that NCT Hollywood was a thing, and it clearly looks like they're finding out about it at the same time that we are. So it's a very unfortunate. But to be honest, I am DAEBAK for it because I feel like they're going to get the opportunity to shine on their own in whatever new group they debut in.
I feel that.
And so I'm excited for this new Japanese team and the new girl group.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel for this.
It's just classic, like, corporate reorg where like us low-level workers are the last to find out and we just get shuffled around and we have no say in it. It just feels like that.
Just comes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing. SHINee's back, guys. 15th anniversary. Woo! DAEBAK all around, right?
Yes. Hella DAEBAK. Since Taemin has returned. It's so cute watching their little videos of the whole group back together, just like talking to the camera.
Y'all, I want to hear each of you. Can you do your Shiny's back whisper?
Shiny's back.
Shiny's back.
Back, back, back.
Okay, good job, you guys. Good job, you guys. Okay, well, I'll DAEBAK on that. We forgot one item of Kwanya. Kwanya is being abandoned.
Wait, what?
Like Lisa Mon is just not doing well, or just
Oh, yeah, that was his
SM
thing,
Entertainment. Yeah, like it's just Espa dropped Kwanya as a concept, so Nivus, like, she's just not getting her shot, I guess.
Who cares, honestly? I think it was holding them back.
Okay, all right. Next item: Boys Next Door dropped music video for Zico produced single "One and Only."
Yeah, so this is
Zico produced.
Yeah, I'm not on this, mostly just because I feel like I came into it with all the wrong expectations. Like I was like, oh, it's Zico's group under his label. Like it's probably gonna be like the next Block B, and they're gonna come with that snarky, like fun hip hop energy, and we get like I don't how would you describe it, Peter?
Yeah, no,
like,
I honestly was expecting to get a set of like 5 baby Zicos, and I want a refund.
Well, I think this is like a case of like, really cool K hip hop rapper producer.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Like J Park. And then finding out that like actually you can make a lot more money on NUGU boy groups.
Yeah, story of K-pop again and again.
Because everyone wants to be cool. Like I threw this like K hip hop party. You were there, Stephanie.
Yeah, I was.
And I played some K hip hop songs, and then everyone was kind of like flat for Ashby.
It was a sobering
and, like, Queen Wasabi
experience. Yeah, you're just not ready. Not everyone is ready.
Yeah, so just ended up playing the K-pop songs.
I'll hold out for the second or third comeback, which I'm sure they're going to do a hip hop dark concept.
Right, especially if Zico is producing them. Come on, he's got like 1,000 of those songs.
Okay, are we DAEBAK or not on the Boy Next Door?
Not gonna come back in 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm not as well. By the way, Stephanie,
no,
not okay.
Yeah.
By the way, listeners, I accidentally said Boy Next Girl earlier before the episode taping. We're talking about like, that could be a really good like co-ed or drag.
Yeah, you heard it here first. There's like going to be a K-pop co-ed group.
Yeah.
Or a drag group.
Yeah. All right. This next item I really love. I guess DAEBAK or not on V and Jennie spotted together in Paris, allegedly dating, being boyfriend girlfriend, sitting together in a tree. KASSING.
DAEBAK.
Wow. DAEBAK. Well, they're
DAEBAK,
2 of my favorite idols.
Yeah, DAEBAK. Okay, sure. For them to be together, yeah, sure.
Beautiful
I'm DAEBAK on that. But I think even more DAEBAK is the response. So when asked about this, Hybe and YG both said, "I don't know because it is an artist's private life." So they were not going to confirm or deny the dating because frankly they don't care and it's their personal lives.
That's very new.
And to me, like that was pretty day to the block because
that's progress.
Like, just a few years ago, like Hyundai, like just imagine, that was a very different visceral response.
Yeah, I think Jennie and Kai news was treated differently.
Oh yeah, that too.
Jennie and Kai, then it was Jennie and GD, then it was Jennie.
Yeah. Woo!
I'm willing to bet Jennie really did date all those boys.
Oh yeah.
Everyone wants Jennie.
I know. I was joking she's going to move up to Rain next.
Oh.
She's going to steal him.
No, thank you.
No.
Well.
She's just making her way through the top of their game. K-pop dudes. Anyways, yeah, no, that is progress. I'm happy for it. The video clip of them holding hands and walking through Paris, it's kind of cute and funny because you can see their staff, their managers like tagging behind them. So it's like an officially sanctioned date and photo op, like planned.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, PR world.
Hey, Carson. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up. Next item.
You wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Are you guys DAEBAK or not? Bang Bangchan apologizing for his comments about other idols. Wait, does someone want to read his comments? What did he say about other idols?
In gist, in the initial video, he was just talking on his live that he went to a music show, and it was kind of funny how he felt that the younger idols weren't greeting them as much as
like a passive aggressive
them to, I guess. Yeah, kind of like
nowadays.
It's like, oh, they're not, they don't have to. Whereas, like, again, like the culture is like, oh, all the rookies, especially, like, you have to greet everybody because you don't necessarily know who's like a sunbae or whatever.
Yeah, respect your elders.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who paved the way.
Yeah, and so people were throwing hate at him and being like, oh, you can't expect, everybody to just like, I don't know, bow to you literally. And so he apologized, and because there was a lot of like speculation as to like which group he was talking about specifically, especially if it was like this specific music bank recording that I think was out of the country. So there's only like so many like younger groups that it could be. So he apologized and said like, I know my words have meaning, and so I'll reflect and take my time.
Classic reflect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
yeah, so
wait,
his apology...
did he say the hello, this is... Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. Hello,
Obviously.
This is Bangchan from Stray Kids. Yeah.
Standard.
There you go. In his statement. Okay. What were you going to say, Michaela? I want to move on. But what were you going to say?
I think this is just silly. And I'm not on the whole thing. Like, first of all, I don't think he needs to apologize.
Yeah.
I think people were just taking it way too seriously.
Yeah, he's allowed to make passive-aggressive comments.
Yes.
Okay, DAEBAK. All right, are you guys DAEBAK or not on AI covers of K-pop songs? So this is the trend of like, hey, imagine if 2NE1 sang Blackpink songs and then like using generative AI models to emulate their voices over the. Anyway, you get the idea.
Like my limited understanding of AI and how they're going to affect us in the future. Like I think this is DAEBAK. Like. I personally have loved all the very creative like renderings that I've seen people posting. I feel like I almost want to like get into this, and maybe I can like finally make that like TVXQ reunion song.
Yeah, you could do it. No, we have the technology. It's possible. Yeah. But I am date to the knot. I'm so not.
That's a first date to the knot.
That doesn't make any sense. But I am so not on this because like. The idols own the the companies own the intellectual property of the characters, right? So like, or I don't know, maybe there'll be some like landmark lawsuit case that like sets a precedent. But like, I could see, for example, 2NE1, the names and the likeness of the 2NE1 characters being the property of YG Entertainment in perpetuity, and then YG just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna. Have CL doing this, 20 years later, rather than real life CL just not collecting any of it.
Yeah, right. And it's to my understanding, like having these kinds of protections is one of the reasons why writers are striking right now in the US, right?
I think that has more to, well, sure, maybe some like highly derivative, like generative. I mean, it has more to do with the executives not really understanding generative AI and be like, oh, I'm just going to have GPT write these stories for me. Which, again, writing for what the answer is supposed to sound like rather than what the answer should be.
Right.
So, yeah, that only goes so far before you start getting super derivative content.
Yeah. I'm basically not on it for the same reasons that when we have an AI generated voice or picture or video or some AI generated likeness of a person, a human, you're going to have the quote unquote advantage, which is what Michaela is talking about. Like, oh, this is fun. I could get to hear something that the artist like doesn't have the capacity to do, but they might otherwise do. And I would like to hear them cover this song.
Yeah,
but you also hear things that the artist would not do. they would not make the choice to do those things, and they're being put in this like compromised position. On the upside, like to your point, Peter, I think we as human listeners will we the humans will be able to continue to hear the difference and be able to tell.
No, I disagree. I think today,
maybe it's just the beginning, but I can hear the difference.
Oh yeah, you can hear the difference today.
Yeah.
But 2-3 years from now, I think it's going to be harder. Like we're improving at that rate is what I'm saying, like
I'll hold out hope, because I think we could to the example of writing a show, for example, or writing comedy, AI can't do that. Writing something that's truly human.
Yeah, but the thing is, what we're talking about here of like AI covers.
Yeah, that's
it
different.
doesn't. You're just taking a script. You're just taking the sheet music, right, and the lyrics, and then you're just being like, okay, let me emulate this voice.
Yeah, it's just emulating a voice. It's not emulating stylistic choices or ad libs.
You could write that too. You could like you're producing music. You could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a producer, if you're a human, you can get in there and paste in what you think the artist.
Like in my scenario, I'm going to create a Junsu and a Jaejun and put them with Yuno and Changmin, and it'll be a complete TVXQ. Don't need any others.
So you're on ad-lib raps that you make up on the side, right? Like, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like you can have that control over the characters.
Yeah,
like Hatsune Miku, like she was the OG, right, for that sort of model.
Yeah.
So I guess we also have to call it that HYBE is bringing its voice AI to K-pop with its latest artist, Midnat, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, Midnat.
Yeah, but the idea with this is that being able to create songs in multiple languages using this technology, not necessarily like encouraging people to use the technology to make more songs with this artist.
I don't trust them with this technology.
Pandora's box is already opened. Stephanie.
I know. Well, no, I'm not saying there's a chance to reel it back in, but like HYBE's introduction of, don't worry, it's not an AI artist. We're just using it for these very agreeable purposes of, translating in other languages. That's not their goal.
Okay, so I think we're all not on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Peter, you're not on it as well?
Well, I mean, Michaela could be
I am
DAEBAK making that cover.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you do you, Michaela. All right, so next item. This is yours, yeah.
Shikers or Psychers announces their official fan club name. Do you guys have any guesses what it is?
Tricky House? I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's Roadie.
What?
Roadie is their official fan club name. It means to become the coordinates Y that present the road Shikers or Psychers will walk down in the future.
Lame.
Very, very lame. I'm so not on this. First of all, because from like a U.S. English standpoint, roadie is like, you don't want to be a roadie. Like a roadie is somebody that like follows around carnivals and like things and like is very, it's just not a positive word.
Oh, I thought it was, I'm thinking groupie. That's something different.
It's similar
It's
to
kind of like
in that
groupie.
sense. Yeah.
But wait, so this is like a function of X sort of thing? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, because the Y in roadie and like the word road, like they are the path that the Y will.
Okay, it doesn't warrant further explanation.
No.
Boo.
But I have to
Try
say,
again.
Psychers are actually kind of blowing up on the K-pop DJ perspective in terms of like songs that get requested all the time.
Oh.
Psychers, they're shooting up real fast. It's all the A-Tiny's supporting them.
Yep.
Okay, so not.
Yeah, not.
Okay.
I am DAEBAK on it because it is
Really?
so dumb it's good.
Got it.
I need that OG nonsensical K-pop in Gen 4, Gen
Yeah.
5. So,
No, are we Gen 5?
Yes, we're Gen 5.
So
He's
old. I'm so old. All right. Moving
next.
on.
Are we DAEBAK or not on 50/50 being on the official Barbie movie soundtrack?
Oh, DAEBAK.
DAEBAK.
DAEBAK. Go
DAEBAK.
50-50.
Yeah.
Next. Netflix. Are we DAEBAK or not on Netflix releasing Persona Sully? I'm assuming this is a documentary about Sully. Like
I'm not familiar with the Persona series, but I assume so. Yeah, like a kind of biopic or looking deeper into her.
I'm DAEBAK, but it's gonna be a rough watch. Like this is the one where you're under the blanket with all of your like pillows and you sit through it.
Yeah, if you look under the hood on this, like we're not gonna find rainbows here.
No.
Oh, so a little more context. In 2019, Netflix released Persona, a 4-part omniverse film series created by 4 directors starring IU.
Oh, okay. So wait, what?
So the second one was gonna be on Sully, but it was halted because of her passing. Sorry, trigger warning.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So this is working through that footage.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to get around to this.
I don't know. I think if you captured it, it's probably worth releasing in some form for posterity. But I don't know what's the best way to do it. I'm gonna go timidly DAEBAK.
Yeah, same.
Follow up on Slack for when after we watch it.
Okay. Are you guys DAEBAK or not on the WikiTrue rumor that EXO member Sehun Sehun. It's so hilariously how bad I pronounce these.
You know what, Peter? This is our next goal for 2023. We're going to teach Peter how to read Hangul.
I really need to
Yes.
do it. I've been DJing K-pop for how long? Anyway,
We should make a podcast spinoff for bonus content.
like teach anyway, so EXO Sehun
Oh,
Sehun
Sehun!
yes.
Sehun knocking up his girlfriend, which turned out not to be true.
Oh my God. How can you do this to me?
So we're all not on it.
This is stupid. Even he called this out. He's like, guys, this is stupid. Why is this even a story? Like there was allegedly photos of him and this woman in an OBGYN, which were fake.
Yeah, just another day in K-pop PR world.
Nuts.
Okay, are you guys
Moving on.
DAEBAK or not on Lee Chae-yeon? Did I say her name right?
Yeah,
Yes.
not bad. Yeah,
And her song "Knock."
DAEBAK.
yeah, DAEBAK.
Although I'm in the very easy category when it comes to the challenge for this song. So I don't know if you guys know that there are 4 versions of her dance challenge. So there's the easy or the regular one, which is the version of the choreography in the first chorus. The hard one, which is that last chorus version where she like goes off. And then the easy version is kind of like the chorus one with like a little bit less of the tutting. And then the easy version is just the knocking hands and then a point at the end.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'll start with that.
Yeah.
I sort of screwed up. I was supposed to play the bridge and the final chorus for a random dance recently. I accidentally played the main chorus. But when I played the main chorus where you walk to the left or the right, I forget. But you're supposed to kind of like travel, to one direction. Like 1.5 people did it out of like a crowd of like 100 or 200 people. So like I love this song. I love the vocal stacking. This was originally my hit replay until Michaela and I were talking about it. We just decided to go
The SSERAFIM.
yeah. But it's really catchy. I love it. And then whenever I play it, I like to litter it with samples of other K-pop idols saying knock, like Sana from Twice saying knock knock. So
Well, I was thinking, when I first was skimming through it, I was thinking Backdoor Stray Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. You should
That
see it.
iconic knocking choreo.
Yeah. So actually what I did at a recent random dance game, Stephanie, I played Stray Kids' Backdoor and they end with knock knock, and then I play Lee Chae-yeon knock, knock knock, and then I play
and then trespass.
Twice. Oh yeah, no, I should have done that.
knock knock. 자 들어갑니다.
Yeah, that would have been
next
good.
one. Add that in next time.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I did a bunch of K-pop knock songs.
Yes,
K&K.
I knew
Does
it.
anyone
I knew you
remember
would.
K&K?
Yeah, of course. That was Amer's hit replay a little while ago. Yeah, Key Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, so check out Knock and the challenges, especially the one she did with Soyeon, where she makes all of us look silly by doing the hard version of the choreo in like 7-inch heels.
Not fair.
Yeah, Chaeyeon from
Chaeyeon.
Chaeyeon from ITZY. She does it better than Lee Chaeyeon.
Oh, that's Chae-young, yeah.
Yeah.
From
But,
ITZY.
like she does it better than her sister, I would even argue, which I hate to say.
Ooh.
But JYP dance rigor really shone through. Yeah, Lee Chaeyeon was rejected from 16, aka Twice, way back when.
But she debuted in IVE.
Yeah.
And
Which
was
is,
it
one of the it girl groups. For sure.
Okay. All right. Well, we really need to wrap this episode up. So, okay, that's it. Let our listeners know where they can find you online.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at sparker2.
I'm at Michaela JK Pop.
I'm at DJ Buterlo.
And you can tweet all of us at the Kpopcast. Same ID on Instagram.
Bye, everybody.